Welcome to Rosenbauer, South Dakota. We're located in the small town of Lyons on a 22-acre campus that includes 9 production buildings. My name is Scott Oyen. My title is CEO. I consider myself a head coach of a great team of craftsmen. We have around 340 employees and annually produce over 500 trucks. We'll have anywhere from 80 to 100 trucks in process at any given time. And it takes 8 to 10 weeks to build them, depending on the option content, how complex they are. Merging with Rosenbauer, becoming part of a worldwide group, was an amazing experience, which led to now we deal with everybody from North America all the way through the Middle East, Central South America, Africa, all around the world. Everyone here is very focused on providing the best quality apparatus or fire truck for the fire departments.
Hi, I'm Harold Boer, President of Rosenbauer America. Well, the story and the history of our fire trucks goes back to 1977. Hal and I had the gas station here in town, and there was a few structure fires in town. And we didn't have a fire department, so we relied on our neighboring departments to come in and help us out. So myself and a few other people in town decided to start a fire department. And since I had a welding shop and a paint facility, it was decided that I should build the first fire truck because we didn't have a lot of funds either at that time. So I built the first fire truck. We started the fire department, and I was elected the fire chief, and still am after 40 years. The spring of 1983, we built our first complete UL-rated fire truck for T, South Dakota. And in the first year, we had hoped to build 10 to 12 trucks, and at that time I was welding the trucks and painting them, and Helen was doing the paperwork and would bring the tanks and the other items to Nebraska to get galvanized, and she was managing the front office, and I was in the back shop. Well, real early on, we hadn't planned on growth. We didn't know a lot about fire trucks or the fire truck market. So we would sell and build trucks, and then we had to expand and meet the sales. And for about the first 12 years, we could account for a building every year. And we just had to keep adding on and adding on and adding on, and then it spaced out a little bit further. So there was no central planning. There's a lot of markets we haven't tapped at all yet. The industrial market we're just getting into. The airport market we're doing very well in. There's a big market outside of the fire service in medical trucks and medical training facilities and equipment. We're starting to do some in that. There's just a lot of potential growth yet for the Rosenbauer Group.
When you visit Rosenbauer, South Dakota, most people start with a plant tour. You'll stop at the front desk and meet our receptionist, Jenae.
My name is Jenae Heinemann. I work at the front desk at Rosenbauer. I'm the main desk receptionist. I am the first smiling face you'll see when you walk in the door, and I help you get your day rolling here at Rosenbauer. We're part of a community that got roots that run back to the very beginning of the town. So coming here, you'll see that there's been growth. It started as a gas station, and now we have over 9 buildings and 300 employees, and we might be in the middle of nowhere, but we have lots to offer.
Jenae will help you with your safety training and get registered, while your production coordinator is on their way over to meet you.
My name is Scott Hubbell. I work at Rosenbauer, South Dakota. Currently, I have the title of production coordinator. While the truck is in production, the coordinators follow that truck through production, answering questions, possibly adding changes that the department may have asked for. Answering lots of questions on the floor to shop employees so that they understand what is spec. Sometimes that's a little confusing to shop personnel. At the very end, like I said, we arrange for the customer to come in and dealer, and we do the final inspection.
Your production coordinator will introduce you to our sales team and our production manager.
Mike Harstad, Vice President of Sales. I manage our pre-sale team, pre-sale drafting, and am the final sign-off on all pre-sale bids and proposals for final pricing. I'm a lifelong firefighter myself and a fire chief for 17 years, and knowing that the things that we face here in small town South Dakota are no different than the departments in Western Pennsylvania or Northern California. It's a very small world that we live in sometimes with firefighting. It's a very close-knit community. The way things work here are very similar to where they work in other places.
My name is Justin Hackett. I'm the production manager here at Rosenbauer, South Dakota. My job duties basically are making sure the trucks flow through each department properly and on time. The chassis comes in, and from that point we build from ground up. We manufacture almost all of our parts. We're a custom builder, and that's what makes us so special. My main thing is I love the customer contact. Absolutely, if they have an issue, If I'm not aware of it, I can't make the next truck that much better. I mean, we are constantly trying to strive to make the customer's expectation a great experience when they show up.
When we take a tour, quite often we'll follow the process that it takes to actually build the truck, which means we start in Building 3. Building 3 is where we do most of our steel fabrication. It's where we install the pumps, build most of the subframes, and a lot of the accessories on the chassis cab itself, as far as steps and front bumpers.
My name is Neil Klein. I'm the Building 3 production supervisor. We're in charge of all pump installation, bumper and cab step overlays and custom bumpers, and the subframe department. For the most part, we do fabricate a lot of our own parts here. The major components by order as well. First, we bring the truck into the pump installation department. They'll go through and mount any centrifugal water pump, any power takeoff, do custom driveline analysis, order drivelines, and install the drivelines. From there, we preferably go over to the bumper and cab step department, complete the customized list out of the specs to complete that, and if we can, we'll have that out in 1 day's time.
After Building 3, the unit will move to Building 6 to chassis electrical. We mount as many things as we can to the chassis cab. Light bars, warning lights, start running our harnesses before the body is installed so we can get at things easier.
Keith Johnson, electrical supervisor. I'm blessed with a very knowledgeable, hardworking group that help me to accomplish what I do on a day-to-day basis. We take care of interfacing with engines, transmissions, warning lights, scene lighting, generators, dump chutes, valves, Zyco lifts, pump operation, far more mental. It used to be more physical labor, now it's very mental. Now you can get into light bars where you program them with a computer, with a laptop computer.
After we leave chassis electrical, parts are fabricated for that build, including a body kit.
I'm Trevor Mergen. I am the North Fab supervisor. In our department, we cut and bend every single body instead of shearing and plasming every hole. So everything is pre-engineered, and all we have to do is cut it on the laser and bend it up and ship it down to Building 7.
Once the parts are fabricated, the body parts kit is taken to Building 7 where the body is fabricated. We do a lot of aluminum construction here, forming, welding up, and eventually come out with a completed body.
My name's Rich Johnson. I'm fabrication supervisor of the body fab department. Down here in our building, we fabricate the bodies, fabricate the rear ends, and fabricate the pump houses. Every body is totally different. There's nothing the same unless they're multiples of a different fire apparatus, but otherwise every apparatus is different. We can follow the blueprint to a point, but then you run out of room in areas and you got to come up with some fabrication ability to put stuff where it needs to be.
In the same building, we have a section that will handle the plumbing. With the pump already installed, it goes into our plumbing department, where all of the discharge and intake accessories are mounted on the pump.
I'm Jeremy Ruth, plumbing shop supervisor. We get the apparatus in, we mount all the valves, run all the plumbing to the specified location, and at the end, we hydro test the truck, check our workmanship, and pass it, and it goes to the next stage. These guys put it together and finish it up and run everything to where they have to run it. A lot of on the floor kind of thinking. There's some engineering involved. If the truck's a fairly easy truck, a day and a half.
After plumbing, it moves on to Building 4, the paint department. Whatever you want your truck to look like, that's the color we're going to apply.
Patrick Wessels, paint department supervisor. Run the paint shop. This is when all the trucks come in, raw aluminum bodies. This is where we prep them. Do all the body work, get them ready for paint, put color on them, buff them up. Basically what we do is we make all the trucks here look good. So on average, we keep a truck in the shop in process for about 72 hours.
After paint, goes to Building 1 for body electrical. All the electrical components, the pump control panel, everything is done at this stage, and the truck starts looking very much completed. After body electrical, goes to Building 2, where the finish department will take and add a lot of the accessories in the compartments.
My name is Jesse Curtis. I'm the finish shop supervisor. In the finish shop, we install shelves, trays, hose bed covers, dividers, speed lays, cross lays. Other than detail, we're the last ones that get to really work on the trucks. The most common thing we do here is the compartments. So the shelves, the trays, tool boards, that type of stuff. Every truck's a little different, so if the department wants it, they get it. We just find a way to make it. All of our decals are made from an outside vendor. They'll make them and then we'll just install them here at the shop.
Once through the finish department, the truck is complete. Now it's time for testing. It heads up to building 1 and goes to the test pit facility where we do function testing on everything that we've mounted. The pump is tested, and we'll even run through an underwriter's laboratory test to confirm the pump has the capacity to what the department needs require.
I'm Josh Schuette. I'm a test pit supervisor. I get them from 2 places. I get them from Body Electrical. That's when I first get them. I do a test pump. We come up here, we hit functionality. If it does 1,500 gallons a minute, we make sure that works. We make sure there's no leaks, or all the lights are working, there's no malfunctions. So I get them from there, and then I also get them from finish shop. After QC's done with them, I get them, and that's when I do my UL. I bring them in, it's the same thing as a test pump, but for 4 to 6 hours. I bring them in, hook up all the hoses, we gotta pressurize all the gauges, and then let it pump for 2 hours and bump up after that every 30 minutes, and we do test drives the way and stuff like that.
After that, it will go to the detail area where we clean everything up and make it shine like a new fire truck. And it'll go in from there. The next step is into our showroom where the departments will come and take a look at their truck, usually for the first time. Once completed in the showroom, it goes to cleanup where all change requests are made and the truck is ready for delivery to the end user.
I'm Nick Underberg. I'm the detail supervisor and the cleanup shop supervisor. So basically the detail shop, we prep the trucks for the customer inspection. Wash them, buff them, clean them, load loose equipment, and then they'll go over for final inspection. And then after final inspection, they go to the cleanup shop, and that's where we work off the customer list, the list generated at the customer final. Then we box them up for delivery, fuel them up, and they head out.
Another building that we have is what we call Building 5, where a lot of our specialty products are constructed, including things like hospital training vehicles, things that are not necessarily from the fire service.
Mark Hennings, Supervisor Building 5. Day-to-day operations here is get a truck and pretty well take it from start to finish. Wherever they need a little extra help or something, we do that. And we enjoy doing domestic trucks because there's something different all the time on them. Whatever needs to be done, we can do it down here. It's really rewarding for the guys down here because they've learned a lot of different jobs and they can do most of the jobs.
During all of these processes, we have a team of quality control technicians that are ensuring the highest quality is built into every truck at every phase.
My name is Tim Tennessen. I'm the Quality Control Manager at Rosenbauer, South Dakota. Our department checks spec adherence and fit and finish on the trucks. In the quality department, we have inspectors in a couple different shops. We write a list up and then from there each department comes down to fix their issues with the truck. Therefore we learn from our mistakes and improve in the future.
A lot of people that drive by all the time don't realize what we do here. And when they come in for a tour, it's always quite interesting to see the very eye-opening experience for them to go, wow, we didn't realize it was this big, and we didn't realize that you did this many different aspects of the fire truck. Anytime you have a department come in and they're seeing for the first time the finished truck, and it's the first one they've ever had at their department, first brand new truck. And some of the chiefs this has been a career-long goal of theirs, is to have a brand new fire truck. It gives you a very warm feeling that you help them through that process.